you hear your head coach sort of advocating for you guys, like he did with Connor, for the refs and the calls and stuff like that. Just sort of, do you guys appreciate your coach putting himself out there to do that?
Yeah, that may come with experience as well. I think Hitch has been around for a long time, and obviously, Connor gets a lot of attention, and I think it's different for everyone in the hockey world when it comes from someone different than a player, and when it comes from your head coach, it's a boost of confidence for the team.
You watched Ovi play tons. Is the treatment Connor gets any different than a superstar like Ovechkin?
I don't know. They're different players. Obviously, Ovi is a lot bigger than Connor. I think just the way he plays, maybe he can handle a little more of the physical game. But I do think, not trying to be biased, but I do think, the referees are hard on Connor. But he's a kid that works real hard, and I think he takes that stuff to heart, and it fuels him to be a better player, and that's good to see.
He doesn't do a lot of yelling at them. He doesn't seem to get overly frustrated and show them up.
Right.
Do you think that's a good strategy that will help him in the long run?
I think that's just the type of person he is, to be honest. He's a respectful young man, and I think you have to see that and appreciate that. He's a guy that he's been in the league for, I think this is his 4th year for Connor, and he treats everyone with respect, and I think that's something to appreciate.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
Is struggling. I mean, they got booed off the ice after the first period at home on Sunday, but you don't obviously. I mean, you played a close game with them, so you don't really want to take them lightly.
We can't take them lightly. They're a good team. They've been unfortunate to be on the wrong side of a lot of games, but we know how they play. They're a big, strong team. They play with a lot of structure, and they're not an easy team to play against. So we know it's going to be a tough game, and that's what we're expecting.
What kind of improvements are you guys looking to make on the PK tonight?
No, I think it's, overall, I don't think it was, there were some little mistakes that were made, but, I think just overall, we know we're at our best when we're aggressive. All the guys on the ice are aggressive together, and, I think, sometimes it's tough when you get scored on. You might lose that a little bit, but I think that's important going forward, that even when bad things do happen, we can't change what our approach is, and that's what we're looking to do tonight.
Well, Ken yesterday talked about how this is a 5-on-5 even strength league. How do you guys feel about your guys' game 5-on-5 when you guys are even strength?
I think we feel good about it. There's obviously there's always going to be areas that you can improve on. So there's things that, from last game that we talked about that we need to do better, and that's going to be the same every day going forward. You're looking to get better every day. I think there's some parts of it that we're really happy with, and some parts of it that need to get better.
Do you feel the way Ken's used you now, Kyle? You're kind of in a similar role that you were last year in St. Louis, where you bumped up to third line minutes, and playing. He's not afraid to put you guys out against the other team's top lines.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's really that. Well, it's, I guess, a little bit similar to last year, but towards the end of the year. But no, it's a role that I've played throughout most of my career, so it's a role I'm comfortable with, and it's just been nice to get a few more minutes ice time every night.
You guys are
line today. Just maybe talk about your past at playing center and how you kind of feel like that helps your game.
Yeah, I've played center in the past. I played in juniors and in the minors there, and I played a little bit up here. But it's something I'm familiar with. I haven't played in a little bit, but I have two great line mates that they're going to help me out. I'm comfortable playing with both of them, and I know if I'm a little slow in one area or anything, I know I'll have them for help.
Is it a matter of getting more touches on the puck when you're playing center, because that naturally seems to be the case as well?
Yeah, I think so. I think you keep more speed. I think it's a different position for sure. I think you push the pace of the line, and that's what I want to do tonight. And I just want to I got two fast wingers on both my sides, and I just want to keep it going.
How are you feeling about your game lately? It looks like you're contributing more offensively. You're getting a bit more stuff. How are you feeling about where you are?
Yeah, I feel like it's heading in the right direction. I feel like every game I'm playing, I'm a little bit more confidence. In different areas of the game, and it's one of those things where I'm going to keep growing my game, and so I'm happy with it right now. I just being consistent is the main thing I need to work on. So that's the case right now. So I just want to keep focusing game by game and keep going.
Coming in here, how do you kind of impress the coach or gain the coach's confidence in you, I guess?
I don't know if it's so much I'm trying to impress the coach. I think at the end of the day, what I do is what got me here. So just getting back to that, and just fighting with the guys in the locker room. Having them as support and supporting them back. So that's my main focus.
And maybe just talk about the Blues as a team that you saw 2 weeks ago. What kind of challenges did they kind of present for you?
Yeah, they're a very talented team. I think if you look at them, they have big names on their team. They have guys that can make plays, score goals, and that's something that we need to address right away. We need to start fast and take it to them. I think when we played them the first game, we started slow, and by the second and third, I thought we had a little bit more pressure on them. So I think if we can follow up those last two periods against those guys, I think we should be fine.
Getting back to your game.
Just maybe talk about your game and how you feel and your confidence coming into tonight.
Yeah, excited to get back in there and play with two good players, and team's rolling right now, so just you got to fit in somewhere, and you got to show something to stay in the lineup, and I'm looking forward to doing that.
Talk about your line mates today. I mean, they're pretty dynamic offensively. Just maybe talk about your role on that line and what you hope to achieve.
Yeah, two very good players. I think me and Nuge have shown chemistry in the past, and Reeder's a speedy, does everything for you kind of guy. So I'm looking forward to playing with those guys, and looking forward to a big game and a big win.
This is a Blues team that you guys played a couple of weeks ago. What kind of challenges do the Blues present for you guys tonight?
Oh, they're a big skilled team. I think they could score with a lot of different elements to their game, and maybe things haven't gone the way they wanted this year, but they're still a very good team, and they could do a lot of damage. So we're looking forward to this one. Looking forward to playing well on home ice.
How important is it to get back and kind of end a losing streak at one type thing?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, especially going into Christmas break, you want to stop it right now, and you want to go into Christmas break on a bit of a roll here. So, two tough games at home, but we're looking forward to it, and we've been playing well at home so far. So, might as well continue it.
Thanks, Jack. Yeah.
We asked Connor this morning about the officiating and some of your comments. He doesn't think there's benefit to him as a player to say much publicly about it. He doesn't seem to confront them a lot on the ice. Do you like the way Connor goes about his business dealing with the referees?
Yeah, he just plays. I mean, he's like any other player. He wants his space on the ice. He just plays, and it's my job to whine and complain, and I'm good at it. So we did it.
What improvements do you want to see on the PK from Sunday?
Sorry?
What improvements do you want to see on the PK from Sunday?
Well, that's the first time all year that we got held to the outside and didn't get to the inside. You know, we've done an amazing job at adjusting. And Vancouver, that's the hardest we got checked all year. And they kept us on the outside in zone, and we couldn't get scoring chances because of it. And I said to people before, the NHL, you play defense in the offensive zone. You can't play on counterattack. You can't play cautious. You have to play in the offensive zone. And it's the least amount of time we spend in the O-zone in any of the games we played. And credit to them, they kept us on the outside, but we didn't fight for the space on the inside, and we need to get there.
Ken, what do you like about Jujhar Khaira's play of late, and is he a guy that you can kind of move around the lineup, and he's starting to produce offensively now?
You're talking about who?
Jujhar Khaira.
Oh. It's funny because when he was in junior and in minor pro, he's a center. And he sees himself as a center. When we bring him up here, he plays as a left winger. And if we're going to get to another level and expect to be a playoff team and do damage in the second half of the season, we need more participants. That's why we made the changes we did. We talked it over with the players yesterday. We got to get more players participating for longer minutes in the game. And he's one guy that I see, him and Pullarvi are two of the guys for us that look like they can bring even more. So we got to get him in a position where we can take advantage of it. So we're going to try him at center and see how he looks. But the big plan is whoever it is, whoever the 12 are, we need more participation from that forward group to get to a next level. Because right now what we're doing is we're relying on too few players, and at the end of the game, especially in a really intense playoff-like game like the one in Vancouver was, we had some people who were worn down and had played too many minutes, and it showed in their play, and we got to get more guys helping us in a better way, and he's one of them.
Ken, one guy who's playing a lot of minutes for you since Klefbom is Darnell Nurse, playing just over 29 minutes. He also has 6 points in the 4 games. Do you see his offensive potential? And what is it that you like about, he's talked a lot for the last 2 years, he wanted to be a better guy in the offensive zone. In your short time here, is there anything you've noticed about him offensively that you've liked, especially with more minutes?
Yeah, no think, better play. Get on the bench, sit down, pop back up, go play again. Like there's certain players, Pietrangelo is that type of player too. The less he rests, the better he plays, and that's Darnell. We got to get him out there as much as we can, every second go if we can. He's a much better player playing 25 plus than he is playing 20 minutes. And some guys lose focus when they're on the bench too long. And he's a guy that needs to play a lot. And when he plays a lot, there's more flow to his game. He's got really good offensive instincts. He's got a bomb for a point shot. And we just got to get him out there as much as we can. And the injuries afford us that opportunity. But even bringing it back, he's got to play top 3 minutes every night if we're going to get the best out of him.
Ken, when you started Jason on the first line, you said it needed some game to adapt to the pace of the first line. How do you like his play lately? And you keep playing him, so that's probably because you like him there?
Alex is a guy, to me, like it's a very unique skill. It's called spots and spacing, and he can find spots and spacing on the ice better than anybody on our team. In other words, he can find quiet areas, pockets in the game where he can get a shot away. And he knows where those spots and spaces are, and he finds them, and that's why he scores. He scores almost all of his goals from the same 2 locations. And he gets there early and he's set. Some guys arrive there when the puck arrives there. Some guys work their whole careers to get there to figure it out. He knows where the quiet spaces are, where those spots are, and finds them, and then gets the shot away right away. And that's a very unique skill. And because he's got two guys that can hang on to the puck and play one-on-one, it buys him an extra 2 or 3 seconds to get into those holes, and then he just lets it rip from there. Last goal, the goal we scored in Vancouver is another perfect example of that. He knew exactly where to go, and he got himself into that area and then shot it, and he scores from there. And, you know, he's a really good fit for the way those two guys play.
Ken, would you also like to get video of how he blocks out a goaltender on a power play? A lot of guys don't know how to screen a goaltender. He gets his butt in the goalie's face and is willing to stand there and tip pucks as opposed to standing on the side of the net.
Yeah, well, what he does better than anybody is he reads the angle of the shooter. So sometimes you're a guy on the off wing and he knows which side of the net to cover over, and when you're same side shooter, he knows which part of the net. So he gets in the goalie's eyes, and it allows the shooter to look at a hole. Whether it's short side or long side, he allows the shooter to look at the hole because he can gauge where the goalie's basic face mask is, and he takes away the face mask all the time. So his angle isn't the same. Like some guys can go and stand in front of the net and the goalie can see around him every time. But he knows exactly what the angle of the shot is so that he can get into those spaces where you can pick, as a shooter coming towards the net, you can pick your angle a lot better because he's taken away a part of the net that you like. I think the big thing for him is that he gets there early enough that he's got his space in there, and if you're going to cover him over, you're going to be a double screen, and he's smart that way. His whole game is based on getting into scoring areas very early in the shift and staying there. Thanks.